Hello and welcome to another game in the Moskva. This time I'm in a division with both Red and Sol, who are playing the Shima and Gorosoi. We are on Sea of Fortune, and we have the south spawn and a bit on the west side. For once there are rather few battleships, only 3 per team. But we have 5 cruisers and 4 destroyers. On our team we have 2 radars, and the enemy also has 2, the same ships, Moskva and Kronstadt. We decided to go a bit west of A to allow me to radar and help Sol and Red deal with anything in A. Sol has dressed his ship in a carpet, which I, in Discord, take an opportunity to mock him a bit about. Now I do take a bit of a risk to go as close to the cap as I currently am. I know that I will most likely be detected by a destroyer trying to go into A, but I still take the chance to see if maybe I can manage to slip through without too much damage. I suspect that I am detected, but only briefly, which probably meant that it was northwest of A instead of just north of it. I hope that would be it, but unfortunately there is something else that is now pushing in towards A. And I have several ships aiming at me, at one point even 5. I turn in a bit to avoid the shells, and I am mostly successful. To avoid running into the island, I have to start turning back out again. But even so, I only eat minor damage. I think that should probably be it. Unfortunately, something shoots at me, hit me in my nice big broadside, and do a substantial damage, almost 20k. So, bit of a bad start. I knew I was taking a risk, but it turned out a bit worse than I had hoped for. Sol is going wide, while Red is moving a bit towards A. I start shooting at the Republic while I wait for Red to say he's ready for my radar. Sol, meanwhile, is trying to deal with the Mogami, and as I radar the cap, we see 2 destroyers in it, the Zed and the Fletcher. Both destroyers leave the cap. Meanwhile, I'm be trying to do some damage on the Republic. In the east, we are currently capping C. We denied enemy the A cap at least once, and B has so far gone uncapped. Sol gets the first kill on the Mogami. and the Z-52 is once again spotted around the cap. We also see the Fletcher, so I try to help out a bit and put some damage into him. Get a decent hit on the first salvo, but he goes down before I hit the next. Red gets a kill, and as we see here in chat, he is trying to advertise his Twitch stream with some interesting word choices.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Republic is getting real low and going down quickly, so I start pushing out to be able to get to the rest of me. This time I get a kill. There are some torpedoes incoming, but I will be able to accelerate enough to avoid them. See the Minotaur in B, I managed to get one salvo from him. It's a decent HE hit. With the enemy west flank completely destroyed, I move in to see if I can take A. We do also see that most of the enemy team is currently on the 9 line. Not really doing anything about the sea cap, and not properly supporting the ships they have in B or had in B, and the setup is in between A and B. Getting more kills in the east, and this ship game is basically over, even though we only played 7 minutes, which Sol is happily explaining his disappointment about to the enemy team. The Zed goes down again from red, and once again he lets the ship he killed know that he can see that again on Twitch. Red did do this throughout the evening, and there were various responses, you can say, but he did actually get some views, so obviously it did entice at least a few people. Did manage to solo cap A, not too difficult since there were no enemy ships there. And I move instead towards B to see if I can maybe take that instead. Or as well, I should say. I also load AP to see if I can maybe get some good hits on the broadside to sea. First salvo on a Kronstadt, I do get a sit-slow, but after that nothing really major. The enemy team is trying to do something about C, but at this point it's not much use. They have already lost, as we saw even a few minutes ago. But it doesn't mean that they have to completely give up and can at least do what they can. Red is trying to maybe ambush something, and Sol is coming down from the north to deal damage from that angle. I get my second solo cap, which is pretty unusual in a Moskva, but there were really no ships that was able to shoot at me, so it was pretty easy. pop my radar to see if anything's coming, and the Montana pops out, so I put some AP shells into this broadside. So I'll try to torp from the north.
Our victory is in sight.
And here we see Red sending his torps to finish off the Montana. He waited patiently and managed to get the ambush he wanted. And as expected, with his first kill, he, for the third time, advertises his Twitch. Saul, being the person he is, decides to eat one of Red's torps that he went past the Montana. And Red gets a pink name thanks to that. Red and Saul will try to deal with the Des Moines, so I move to see if maybe I can get some additional damage on the Musashi that I see give quite a lot of broadside. There is also the Moskva pushing back in, but so far the Musashi is the better target for me. Since the Musashi starts angling a bit, I changed to HE to see if maybe I can get some fires instead.
Problem solved, sir.
Red goes down.
The ship is on fire.
But managed to get out the storms.
Is in sight.
And here we see one of the people that repaired him. Red posts his normal message, and the Des Moines replies. Or not the Des Moines, but one of the other players on the team. I continue to do damage to now the Moskva, but change a bit between the two ships. I'm staying angled to minimize any damage to me. And I have also a Montana coming in to support. And the Musashi is now actually ignoring me in favor of shooting at the broadside of Montana, which allows me to put additional damage without taking as much in return. I start pushing up a bit. Thinking maybe I can ram one ship if I need to. Moskva is getting low, as is Musashi. But I am also, so that's why I'm considering around. But I kill the Moskva and can switch to the Musashi instead. Shoot one last HE salvo before switching to AP. But my first salvo is a bit early, so they will not do any damage. All bounces. But my second salvo, I aim properly at the weak spots in the Yamato armor, and I will be able to hit them with 2 citadels and kill him for additional 8,000 damage. So we win a game with over 170,000 damage and 3 kills and 2 solo caps actually. So roll a nice game.